welcome back to my channel. So, another week, another workout, and I've had lots of people asking if I could do a full length workout, so that's exactly what we're going to do today. So starting off standing nice and tall, just make sure those feet are underneath the hips, posture nice and tall, pulling up through the legs, keep the knees soft, standing up nice and tall, pulling up through the torso, keep the ribs locked down towards the hips, just open those shoulders at the front, extend through the neck, keep the chin parallel to the floor, and just pulling up through the crown of the head. Inhale, breath, breathing out into the rib cage, inhale, and exhale, breath. Inhale, shoulders down, and exhale. One more, just bringing your focus into the room. Inhale, breath. And exhale, just drawing the tummy button slightly back towards the spine. Engaging the pelvic floor, zipping up those lower abdominal muscles. Just find a sense of engagement through these abdominals. Good, and just start to roll those shoulders back. Inhale, lift the shoulders. Exhale, pushing those shoulders down the back. Really working, opening out the chest at the front, squeezing those shoulders up and releasing. Squeeze these shoulder blades together at the back. Good, one more here. And relax the shoulders. We're going to take both arms up towards the ceiling, soften through the knees. We're just going to reach through the fingertips over to one side. We just find a nice stretch, keep the hips facing forward, and to the other side again, stretching those arms, keeping the body in line. Imagine you're in two planes of glass and you're just going side to side. Good, and just bringing the hands down into prayer position. Inhale, breath, keep the knees soft, hips facing forward, nose in line with the fingers. Exhale, twist through the waistline. Inhale, bringing everything back to center, keeping those hips forward. Twist through the waist as we exhale away. Inhale, bring everything back to center. Two more, exhale away. Shoulders down, inhale back. One more, exhale away. And inhale back, and just release those arms down. Standing nice and tall, we're just going to turn the head, keep the chin parallel. As we turn the head, push the shoulders down, just find a stretch there in the neck. Good, and bring the head back to center, and over to the other side. Just taking a stretch through the neckline, keep the shoulders down and back. Bringing the head all the way back to center, we're going to look to the side. Drawing half circles, just release any tension in the neck or the shoulders. Nice half circles. All the way round. Good, one more. And bring the chin back to center. We're going to exhale, just curl the chin down. Roll slightly through the shoulders. Inhale, breath here. Exhale again, restart the top of that spine, take the gaze up, open out the chest. And again, exhale, curl that chin. Just working through the top of the shoulders. And exhale, roll back up, open out the chest. Good, and bring that gaze all the way back to the center. We're just going to work through foot pedals now, so just pushing over the balls of the feet. We're going to extend those arms out to the side, push through the palms of the hands, and just take a few breaths here. We're going to circle the arms backwards, small circles, pinching those shoulder blades together at the back, shoulders down. Core, let's just start to activate those abdominal muscles, squeezing the pelvic floor, changing the directions of the circles, keep the feet going. Good, and relax. We're going to inhale, bring the arms forward, exhale, push those arms away, open out the chest. Inhale, push forward, exhale, push. And again, inhale, the arms coming forward. Exhale, push, like you're in water, swimming. Inhale, forward. Exhale, push. One more here, inhale, forward. And exhale, push. Keep those arms open. We're going to take that stance nice and wide. And we're going to just lunge over to one side. Take one hand to the knee, reach through the fingertips. Take a nice stretch there again. Imagine you're in between two planes of glass. Not too deep on the stretch to start with. Reach, and then back to center. And again to the other side, reaching over. Not too deep with that stretch yet. Back to center. One more each side, reaching through the fingertips. And coming all the way up. And again to the other side, reaching through the fingertips. And bring the body back up. Arms up to the ceiling. We're going to sumo squat. We're going to bring those arms down. Now we can take it a little bit deeper. Make sure the knees are tracking over the toes. Nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's do 4 more here. Coming down, bringing those elbows in, reaching up through the fingers, coming all the way down into that nice deep squat. Good. 1 more here. Bringing those arms in and down. Take it all the way back. Open the arms out. And again, we're going to reach and lunge. This time we're going to take it a little bit deeper as we reach over to the side. Really sinking down with those hips now. Good, bringing it all the way back. Keep those feet nice and wide. Deepening the stretch, side to side. Squeezing into those abdominals. As you reach through those fingers, 1 more here. Reaching over. Good, and coming all the way back. And we're going to take our arms down towards the floor. So we're just going to hinge forward, bring those hands down, and just find a nice comfortable position here. You might want to turn the toes in slightly, relax the body down. And we're going to just take one arm up towards the ceiling. Find a nice rotation through the waistline, gaze towards the hand, and replace all the way back down. Keep that chin tucked in. Again to the other side, reaching up through those fingers, just reaching away through the waist. And again, 1 more on each side. Stretching those fingers towards the ceiling, finding a nice rotation. Finding a stretch into the inside of the thigh and coming all the way down. Very gently, you're going to just release those knees, walk the feet in slightly, roll back up through the spine and come towards the end of the mat. Feet underneath the hips, standing nice and tall, drawing up through those abdominals. Roll those shoulders back, inhale, breath, engage abdominals, pulling the tummy button back to spine. Pelvic floor engage as we exhale, scoop the tummy away. Diving over, squeezing those abdominals back and up as we exhale down. Take an inhale, breath, soften the knees. Exhale, push into the heels, straighten those legs. Restack that spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Keep these abdominals engaged the whole time. Standing tall, inhale, arms up. And exhale, reaching forward. Relax the knees. Inhale at the bottom, keep the chin tucked in. Exhale, restack that spine. Really articulating vertebrae by vertebrae. Tracking the spine as we come all the way up. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, coming down. Inhale, breath at the bottom, relax the knees. Exhale, push to restack. Vertebrae by vertebrae. 1 more here. Inhale, breath, arms up. Exhale, scoop away that tummy. Coming all the way down. We're going to hold it here. We're going to walk out into a plank. So we're just going to walk those hands along the mat. Find a nice plank. Make sure the shoulders are directly over the hands. Hold this plank here. Abdominals engaged. Try not to let those hips sink and try not to stick the butt all the way out. Try and bring everything in line. Nice high plank. Good. Exhale, walking those hands back, tuck the chin. Inhale, breath. Exhale to restack, exactly the same as before. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, abdominals engaged as we roll down through the spine, taking it all the way out into that plank. Find that high plank. Good, squeezing those abdominals. Walking those hands back, soften the knees if you need to. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale to restack. One more, inhale, breath. Exhale, scoot that tummy away as we dive forward, taking us into the plank. Keep the chin in line so the neck stays in line. And then taking it all the way back. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale to restack. Good. One more. We're going to stay down this time. Inhale, breath. Exhale, diving forward. And walking forward with those hands into that nice solid plank. We're going to hold it here. We're going to bring the knee into the elbow. So we're going to bring the knee round to the side and tap. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, hold the plank. Tap the knee. Inhale back. We'll do 8 of these, so 6 more. Tapping through that knee and back. 4 more. 3, 2, hold that plank, abdominals engaged. Last one. And very gently dropping those knees down, flatten the toes, sit back, take a stretch of the back. Inhale, breath here. And gradually, when you're ready, bring it all the way up onto all fours. Making sure, again, the shoulders are directly above the hands, the hips are over, the knees, toes flat. We're just going to cat stretch. So make sure those abdominals are pulled in tight. You're pulling out of the shoulders. Try not to sink down here. Keeping the neck in line. Chin tucked in, gaze down to the floor. We exhale, curl through the chin, curl the tailbone under, push into the shoulders. Exhale, breath. Inhale, coming all the way back to flat back. And exhale, curl the tailbone. Inhale back. Let's try one more. Exhale, curl the tailbone. Good. And coming all the way back to flat back. We're going to take one leg out on the exhale. We're going to slide the leg along the floor. Exhale, breath out. Keep the upper body, keep the hips nice and stable. Inhale, we're going to tuck the knee in. Inhale, curl the chin down. Exhale, reach away. Squeezing those abdominals back. Extending through the leg, extending the spine. Keep the gaze down to the floor so we're not arching through the back. Got a nice neutral spine position, neck in line. Exhale away. Inhale back. And exhale away. One more. Inhale. And exhale away. Good. We're going to hold this position. We're going to come down into a single leg push-up. So we're coming down here. Down towards the mat. And exhale lift. So inhale down. Exhale push. Leave room with the back leg. Inhale down. Exhale push. Abdominals tight. Inhale down. Elbows in. Exhale push. One more here. Inhale down. Good. Exhale push. And bringing that knee in. If you need to, you can just sit back, take a stretch. And we're going to repeat exactly the same on the other side. So coming all the way back onto all fours. Extending the leg out first. So, abdominals scooping up towards the spine. Pelvic floor engaged. Shoulders over the hands. Exhale, keep the gaze down to the floor to start. Hips stable, inhale, tap. All the way in. And exhale away. Pushing through those hands, but don't lock out those elbows. Exhale away. You'll find that one side feels a little easier than the other. We just have one dominant side. Coming all the way, inhale, breath, exhale, push away. One more here, inhale, the leg comes in. Exhale, push away. And then very gently, we're going to take it down into that press up. Will you adjust your arms if you need to? Inhale down. Exhale, push. Inhale down. Exhale, push. Good, keep going. Lever that leg. Try and lengthen the spine if you can. One more here. And bring that leg in. Sit back onto those heels. Just stretch out those arms in front. Nice big stretch. And when you're ready, we're going to bring it down onto our front. All the way down here. Good. Forehead down onto the mat. We're in this position. Scoop away the tummy. Pulling the tummy button back to the spine. Just relax the legs out. You want them around about mat width, just wider than the hips. And we're going to take the arms back. So we're going to reach back with those arms, fingertips on the floor. When we're here, forehead down, abdominals engaged. On the exhale breath, we're going to squeeze backwards with those arms. We're going to squeeze shoulder blades together, open out the collarbones at the front, lift, but keep the chin tucked in. So when we lift, we're still gazing down at the mat, and then we inhale to come down. So with those arms back, abdominals engaged, exhale, lift. Open out the chest, squeeze those shoulder blades together, inhale down. And again, exhale, lift. And inhale down. Exhale, lift. Shoulder blades together, good, inhale down. Two more, exhale, lift. If you can feel this on the lower back, you need to come a little bit closer to the floor. Make sure you engage in those glutes to support the lower back, and the abdominals are squeezing in. Last one. Exhale to lift, hold here. We're going to take one leg at a time. So take an inhale breath here, open out the shoulders. Exhale, lift one leg. Inhale down, lengthen through the toe. Chin tucked in, so we're lengthening the spine the whole time. Working this whole back chain of muscles. From the neck all the way down to the calves and the ankles. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Push those shoulders open and back. Inhale down. Just three more. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Good. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. One more. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. And just relax down onto the mat. We're going to place the hands underneath the shoulders, and we're very gently going to push up into a swan crab. So, again, just relax through those legs. Exhale, we're going to push up. You might need to take the hands a little bit further in front if there's not as much flexibility in the back. We're going to push all the way up as far as you can. Keep the gaze out in front, shoulders down away from the ears. Inhale down. Exhale, big push up. Keep that chin tucked in, gaze out in front, inhale down. Just come up as far as you can comfortably go. If you can just lift a little off the floor here, exhale to lift, and then bring it down the inhale breath. Three more here, exhale, lift, and inhale down. Exhale, lift, and inhale down. Make sure those shoulder blades are pulling down and back. Last one here, exhale to lift, And inhale down. Good, and just take a breath here as we bring it over onto our sides. Coming all the way over. And we're going to just make sure we're lined up with one edge of the mat, so whether it's the back or the front, just make sure the body's in line. The hips need to be stacked over on top of each other. If you're here, you'll be able to look down the body and see that the legs aren't completely stacked, the feet aren't stacked, and you're rolling back. So we want to make sure the ear is down onto the arm, the gaze is out in front, shoulders are stacked on top of each other, hand in front for support, hips stacked on top, feet stacked, pulling the waistline away from the mat. So really have a sense of pulling the waist away, lengthening down this top leg. Keep the hand in front for support to start with. We're going to exhale, lift top leg. Inhale, we're going to tap in front. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap behind. You don't want to be going too much higher than the hip. Exhale to lift. Inhale, tap. We're going in front and then behind. Exhale, lift. Keeping the hips still. Keeping the body in line. Exhale, tap. Lift and tap. Good. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. 4 more here. Exhale to lift. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. 1 more. Exhale, lift. Relax the neck, relax the shoulders. Tap. Good. Put those feet together. We're going to lift both legs together. So squeeze those legs as we exhale, lift. Inhale down. It's important that you're pulling the waistline away from the mat, lengthening through the top of the hip all the way down the leg. Spine in a nice neutral position so you're not forcing the head down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Really making sure everything's open and in line. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. 2 more here. Exhale to lift. Pushing from underneath leg as well. Inhale down. So it's not all the work on the top leg. Exhale to lift. Inhale down. Good, relax. We're going to bend those knees in. So bring the knees in. Feet in line with the bottom. You can check the hips are stacked by the knees being stacked directly on top of each other. So if you've got a little bit of this going on, it's because you've sunk back into the hips. And just make sure those knees are directly on top of each other. Hips are stacked, shoulders remain exactly the same. Relax the neck, relax the shoulders. Try not to hold any tension in the neck. We're going to squeeze the feet, the heels together, toes apart. We're going to exhale, climb, lift, top knee. Keep pushing forward with those hips. Inhale down. Exhale, lift, top knee. Inhale down. Keep those heels together. Squeezing into the glute at the top. Exhale. Abdominals engaged the whole time, keeping those hips stable. Inhale down. Exhale to lift. Making sure the bodies are still aligned. And again, exhale. Try not to sink forward to look at the legs. Inhale down. Keep those hips pushing forward. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. 1 more here. Heels together. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Good. And relax. We're going to bring it up into a seated position. Just a couple of planks here. So just make sure the hands, the fingertips are pointing towards the bottom. Again, hands underneath the shoulders, because when we push up, you don't want the hands too far away. You're going to really put pressure on the wrists, and you don't want them too close. I shouldn't fall back. So pushing down into those hands. There's 2 versions here. You can either take it into a full plank, or you can keep those knees bent and take it into a tabletop. Entirely up to you. I'll show you tabletop first. We're going to do 4 of these. So we're lifting up. Push those hips up. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Try not to touch the floor. Exhale up. Inhale down. 2 more. Exhale, lift. Push those hips up. Inhale down. 1 more. Exhale, lift. Push. Inhale down. We're going to come all the way down. If you want to, you can just keep the next 4 exactly the same way. You can outstretch those legs. Pop a little bend in the knees. We exhale, push hips up, straight line. Keep those hips in line, inhale down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Try not to hold tension in the neck. Exhale, lift, push the shoulders open. Inhale down, one more here. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. And relax. Just come off those hands. Just take a nice stretch forward. Flex those toes. You can pull them back. Take a nice deep breath here. Not forcing this stretch. Keeping that curve in the spine. Just allowing the hamstrings and the body just to relax and stretch before we take it down onto the other side. Exactly the same again. So we're coming down onto the other side, stretching the legs out straight, making sure the body's in a nice straight line, keeping this spine nice and aligned, and maybe using the edge of the mat if you need to, just to make sure you're lined up. Ear down onto the arm, relax the neck, relax the shoulders. Pull the waistline away from the mat, extend down the top leg. Exhale, abdominals engaged, lift top leg. Exhale, lift, inhale, tap in front. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. Make sure those hips aren't rolling. If they are, you may need to adjust slightly. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. Not a great big movement here. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. You might find you've got more flexibility in one hip than you have the other. But again, you just want to keep it above the hip line. Inhale, tap, not too high. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap, 3 more here. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap, 2 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. Last one. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. Let's pop those feet together. Double leg lift. Making sure the waistlines are pinching away from the mat, extending down the top leg. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, lift both legs. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Squeeze those legs together, pushing from underneath as well as pulling from the top leg. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Let's do one more here. Exhale to lift. Inhale, down, and we're going to bend those knees in. Bringing the feet in line with the bottom. Again, make sure you've not got this happening with those hips rolling back. Knees directly on top of each other. Feet in line with the bottom. Squeeze the heels together. Exhale, lift top leg. Push the hips forward. Don't let them roll back. Inhale, down. You can place the hand on the hip if you want to, just to make sure it's not rolling back. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. I do turn the toes out. Exhale, squeeze the heels together. Lift. And inhale, down. Make sure you're still pulling those abdominals in. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Squeezing the glute. This exercise looks very deceiving. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Squeeze that glute. Relax the neck. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Let's do one more here. Exhale to lift. Squeeze the glute. And inhale, down. And relax. Take a breather. When you're ready, bring it onto your back. Now to work this core section. We've worked the legs and the hips and the back of the body. Now we're going to run the front. So coming all the way up to a seated position. Actually, let's start up in a nice high seated position onto those seat bones. Sitting nice and tall. Just hold the back of the legs. Pull up so you've got a nice straight spine here. Knees should be hip width apart, exactly the same as the feet. Making sure they stay upright. Try not to let the knees collapse out to the side. So bring them up. Exhale, we're going to scoop away the tummy. Roll over the tailbone first and then scoop down, half roll back. Inhale, we're going to sit tall. Exhale, scoop the tummy away. Feel that stretch through the spine. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale. Good. Inhale, sit tall. One more here. Exhale back. Scoop that tummy away. Inhale, sit tall. Let's release the arms up as we exhale. The arms come down, half roll back, gaze out in front now. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale back. Squeezing those abdominals. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale back. Inhale, sit tall. One more here. Exhale back. We're going to hold it back, shoulders down, and we're going to pulse up and down for 4, 3, good, 2, and 1. And gradually, just holding the legs, we're going to bring it down onto the floor. We're going to bring those knees into the chest, one at a time. Just bring the knee in, squeeze, releasing the other knee in. And just take a few rocks here, forward and back, just to stretch out that back. You might want to try some circles with those knees as well. Good, and bringing it into a tabletop position. So this is a Pilates tabletop. We're going to just make sure we've got those hips evenly spaced on the mat, so you're not pushing all the tension into one hip. Make sure the weight's evenly spread, shoulders open, hands down, reaching down towards the feet, and we're going to tap the toe. Exhale, bring the chin in. If this is uncomfortable, keeping the neck in line, you might want to just pop a pillow underneath the head. As we exhale, tap the toe, inhale, bring it back to tabletop. Make sure you're pulling those abdominals down. Keep head, neck and shoulders down to start, shoulders open. Exhale, tap. Inhale, bringing it back. Exhale, tap. Squeeze those abdominals, inhale back. Exhale, tap. Inhale back. Good, 2 more here. Exhale, tap. Last one, exhale, tap. We're going to place the hands underneath the head, bringing the head up, squeezing those abdominals down exactly the same. Exhale, tap. Inhale back. So we exhale away. Inhale back. Here we're supporting the head. We're not pulling the neck and crushing the chin down to the chest. Keep the spine extended as you exhale away. Inhale back. Squeeze into those abdominals, lengthening the spine. Exhale away. Inhale back. Good. Exhale away. Inhale back. One more. Exhale away. Inhale back. We're going to take one leg down, slide it along the mat. Keep the other leg in tabletop, flex the foot. As we're pushing through the heel, we're going to float the leg up towards the ceiling. Inhale, bringing that leg up. Exhale, take it down. Keep head, neck and shoulders up. Inhale up. Exhale down. Lengthen through the heel. Push the heel to float the leg up. Good. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. 2 more here. Inhale up. Exhale down. 1 more. Inhale up. Bring the leg back to tabletop. Extend the other leg down and along the mat. Flex the foot. Push through the heel. So we're energizing through the heel. Pushing that leg as we inhale to bring the leg up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Abdominals doing all the work here. Exhale down. Inhale up. Try not to pull the neck. Good. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale up. And bring that knee into tabletop. Bring the knees to the chest. Just roll out that back. Very, very small movements there just to release any tension in the back of the neck. Place the feet down on the floor. We're going to extend the arms out to the side. We're going to drop the knees down to one side. We're going to turn the gaze away. Just find a stretch here. Take a breath. On the next exhale, bring those knees all the way back into tabletop. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, take the knees down to one side. Turn the gaze away. Remember, we're pushing the hips in one direction, twisting through the waistline. On the exhale breath, we're really trying to push down with the shoulder, down with the rib cage, extend through these fingers the way the gaze is looking. So just hold here, pushing the hips one way. Find that stretch. Inhale breath. On the next exhale breath, let's bring those knees all the way back to center. Good, just realign the body. So making sure again, the weight's evenly placed through the hips. Shoulders are open, fingertips all the way down. We're going to bring these back to tabletop on the exhale. Stabilize through the abdominals, pelvic floor engaged. Bringing head, neck and shoulders up as we curl through, squeezing those abdominals down. We take it into single leg stretch. We exhale away. We are just making sure that we're working to lengthen the spine at the same time, lengthen through the toes. One breath to change. Inhale to change. Exhale to change. If this is too much on the head, neck and shoulders, you can leave them down on the floor, but just make sure if you leave them down, you're keeping the legs slightly higher so we're not putting any pressure on the lower back. Squeezing those abdominals the whole time. Keep going for 8 more. Here we go. For 8. And 7. Nice and slow. 6. 5. 4. Keeping this leg in tabletop. 3. 2. Last one. Good, bringing both knees in, hold this position. We're going to double leg stretch straight away. Reach arms and legs away. Good, bring everything back. Exhale away. Inhale, bringing everything back in. Relaxing the shoulders, relax the neck. 2 more here. Reaching away through the fingertips, through the legs. Bringing everything back. Try not to arch the back. Abdominals are doing all the work. Very gently lower the head. Bring the feet down onto the mat. Feet want to be underneath the hips here. So they're directly in line, with the hips. Knees, again, in line with the hips, facing the ceiling. Fingertips down towards the heels. Open out the front of the chest, bring that chin in. Any problems here? If you can't quite get the chin in, you may need a bit of support underneath the head. So what a nice extension, spine all the way through the neck. Exhale, zip up that pelvic floor like you're putting on those tight jeans, abdominals pulling down towards the spine as we exhale. Curl the tailbone first. We're going to peel gently off the mat, peeling away the spine. So we lift vertebrae by vertebrae, really slow. Lifting all the way up into that nice bridge, trying to take it nice and straight. At the top, you should have a line, shoulder, hip, knee. Hold here, inhale, breath. Squeeze the glutes. Exhale, roll down, exactly the same, vertebrae by vertebrae. Squeeze those abs, pelvis, last of all, inhale, breath. Exhale, you should really start to feel the front of the hip open out as you peel off the mat, taking it, opening out the front of the hip here, squeezing those abdominals, and exhale down. Good, one more here, inhale, breath. Exhale, relax the shoulders, chin tucked in, take it all the way up, hold at the top. We're going to lift one knee, so make sure you're stable. Make sure this doesn't happen when you start lifting the knee. Making sure those hips are staying level. We're going to lift on the exhale breath. Good, we're going to hold it here. We're going to exhale away, inhale back. Exhale away, inhale back. Good, squeeze into the glute, keep the hips level. Exhale away, Inhale back. Let's go 3 more here. 2 more, 2. And last one. Good, placing that foot down, hold the bridge, squeeze the glutes. Exactly the same on the other leg. Exhale, we're going to lift. This is too much, you can just continue with the shoulder bridges. Again, exhale away, inhale back. Make sure those hips are staying level. Exhale away, abdominals engage. Push into the supporting foot, glutes engaged, abdominals, making sure those hips are level. Exhale away, 2 more here. Exhale away, inhale back. Last one, exhale away, inhale back. Place the foot down, hold the bridge, hold here, squeeze the glutes. Next exhale breath, you can peel vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming all the way down, squeeze here, tilt the pelvis last of all. Good, and we're going to stretch out those legs, stretch out those arms above the head, take a nice deep inhale breath, squeeze the heels together, turn the toes out. So we're in almost a penguin shape, what we would call the first position in ballet. The feet are flexed. We're going to inhale, start peeling those arms up, shoulders down. When we get to here, we're going to exhale. Peel off the mat, vertebrae by vertebrae. Reach forward into that nice spine stretch, keeping the curve in the spine. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, scoop away first, all the way down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming down, we're going to do 1 more of those. We're going to remain at the top to take a stretch. Inhale, arms come over. Exhale, push. Take that nice stretch forward. We're going to hold this stretch. So you may just rest the fingertips on the toes if you want to. We're going to hold it here. And each time we hold it, each time we take a nice deep exhale breath, we're just going to relax further into the stretch. Good, you can turn the feet parallel, separate the legs slightly, and just flex the feet, bringing the body down towards the legs. You take a wiggle if you want to here, just to loosen up those hamstrings. Hold the stretch down, inhale breath. Exhale, take it further down. And again, 1 more breath. And very gently, we're going to roll back up through the spine. All the way up, we're going to bring it back to center. And if you can, we're going to sit cross-legged. If you can't, a long frog is fine. Any way that's comfortable here. If you need to, you can pop a block or a towel underneath your bottom just to help push onto those seat bones. You want to sit nice and tall, nice tall spine. Just imagine putting up through the crown of the head, hands out to the side. We're going to inhale, breath, arm comes up. Exhale, we're going to reach, pushing into both seat bones, making sure this seat bone isn't lifting as we roll over to the side. Holding this stretch here. And we're going to bring the arm all the way back up and take it to the side and to the other side, lifting up, pushing down those seat bones, pushing into the hand on the mat, and just take that nice stretch over. Coming all the way back, release that hand, just place the hands on the knees, just a couple of breaths to finish. Nice deep inhale breath. Close the eyes if you want to, just think about keeping that spine nice and tall as we exhale. And again, inhale breath. And exhale. One more nice deep breath. Inhale.